to the Morning Blend. It's as simple as this. 3 minutes of yoga a day will change your child's life forever. Celebrities are doing it, and even the White House is wholeheartedly embracing yoga as a wonderful physical activity and a possible solution for childhood obesity epidemic in America. Teresa Power, multiple award-winning author of the ABCs of Yoga for Kids, joins me now to show me the ABCs of yoga. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to share with you some tips about yoga for kids and then actually doing a routine with you afterwards.
I cannot wait. But let's talk about yoga in general. I think a lot of people think that yoga has all of a sudden become this really new trendy thing, when honestly yoga has been around for a really long time.
Yeah, yoga's been around for over 5,000 years, you're right. But it has become really trendy, although I have been practicing yoga for over 30 years.
Okay.
And actually it was not trendy when I first started. But most people think as yoga for adults as a way to relieve stress, but they don't realize it's just as effective for kids. In fact, what they don't realize also is that it's a form of physical exercise for kids. It takes a lot of effort from kids' young muscles to be able to perform some of these poses. And an interesting thing that I don't think a lot of people realize is that your child can win a medal from the president for practicing yoga. There's a Presidential Active Lifestyle Award that challenges children to incorporate a physical activity into their daily lives. And one of those physical activities is yoga, which is endorsed by the White House.
Wow, now is that different than that other presidential thing where you have to do the push-ups and you have to hold yourself when you're little?
Completely different.
Okay, completely different.
In fact, it's going to replace it. It's something new that they've come out with. In fact, here it is, the Presidential Active Lifestyle Award. And you can choose, children can choose different activities from running, bicycling, anything, but yoga is one of those activities that they can actually choose. And another thing that I think is really important, especially because I heard you talking earlier about school starting today, that people don't realize that actually yoga can improve your child's grades in school. So this is really important for parents as well as for kids. It's like a win-win situation for both. Kids get more self-confident, more self-aware. It increases their concentration and focus, so that helps them get better grades in school. And it's also really great for kids with ADD and ADHD, which is really great because it helps reduce their hyperactivity. And so also yoga does release stress, and so kids can take anything, they can take stress in stride, from anything from peer pressure to taking their tests at school.
I mean, I love yoga. I'm such a huge fan because it's like at the end of the week when you're really stressed out and you feel like the entire week has been out of control, yoga really centers you and it brings you back to really focusing on the things that are important to you. And I can just see that children need this.
Well, children definitely need that. And that brings me to my last point before we actually get on the ground and do my ABC yoga routine, is that yoga is really good for a child's health and well-being. So now, you know, our nation, including our youth, is under siege by obesity and stress and diseases like diabetes that stem from lack of exercise and a poor diet. So yoga can really help turn that around.
And I think with the help of celebrities and, you know, Michelle Obama and the White House, this is something that is just going to explode. Well, at least I hope.
Oh, it is.
I see a lot of value in it.
It is. And many schools now are incorporating yoga into their curriculum. In fact, many schools are incorporating my ABCs of Yoga for Kids products into their curriculum, which is really exciting news because the kids get to see that yoga is an important part of their school day. So I thought maybe we could just both get onto the floor and I would love to show you my ABC. It's only a 3-minute-a-day yoga routine. If kids could start doing this every day, it would start giving them good habits and a foundation for well-being.
Perfect.
And I am going to let you do the yoga mat.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to do it on the floor because I do teach yoga. I've taught kids yoga for over 10 years, besides writing my book. And so I'm used to kids. I'm used to being on the floor. You don't need any special props or anything to do this 3-minute-a-day routine. So let's just start. So we're going to start. You get down first. Okay. And then I will come on this side of you. So we're going to lie down on our stomachs because this is a 3-minute-a-day yoga routine. We're going to start with the airplane pose. So you're going to bring your arms off to the side. Good. So we got to move around a little bit.
Wingspan.
So now this is really good for your middle back, which actually strengthens your low back as well. And a healthy spine means a healthy nervous system. So start with your chin on the floor and take a deep breath in through your nose, and you're going to lift up your arms and your legs at the same time. So lift up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then come back down, and then just put your head on the yoga mat to the side. And then you're just going to rest here. And we're going to do everything twice. So we're just going to rest here, and then we're going to do it again. So everything is just twice. So arms out to the side, take a deep breath in through your nose, and then lift up your arms, chest, and you're going to fly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then come back down and put your head to the other side. So you're going to rest your neck.
And I think it's important to explain to people why you rest.
Oh yeah, you want to rest, and then we'll come up and I'll show you the next one, but while we come up, I'll explain why we rest. So you want to rest in between these yoga poses because you're going to get the benefit of what you just did. Because basically you're cutting off circulation to various areas of your spine when you're doing that, and when you rest, all this oxygen and fresh blood is flowing to that area of your spine. So the second one we're going to do is we're going to come down and lie on our backs.
Okay.
And you're going to, what's called the bridge pose. So you're going to lie down, bring your arms down, and you're going to lift up your hips. So just lift up your hips. Good. And then we'll count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then come back down. Now this is really good for your glutes. It's good for the back of your legs, and it's also a great chest opener. So we'll do it one more time. So lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back down. And then from here, we're going to do the last pose. It's very easy. It doesn't take a lot of time. So we're going to come back up onto our mats. And that one also, it's a great chest opener. It's good for parents as well as kids, because kids get hunched over sometimes.
Right.
So that bridge pose is good for their chest. The airplane pose is good to work on their spine. And then we're just going to end with some breathing. So the breath is very important. So you're going to bring your hands together in prayer position in front of your heart and come up. Good. And then it's called the candle pose. And just take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And then we're going to inhale for 3. 1, 2, 3. And then exhale for 1, 2, 3. And then just stretch your arms up. I always have the kids just feel like they're reaching for the sky, just stretching back and forth. It kind of feels good just to get them moving. Good.
Oh, yeah.
And then just bring your hands back into prayer position for your heart. And then one more time, we're going to do that breath. So deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your nose. And then we can just end by sitting in crisscross applesauce, I like to say, for the younger kids. But for adults, it's just sitting cross-legged. And then just taking some deep breaths. Now, that is my 3-minute-a-day yoga routine. Kids can do that first thing in the morning.
Right.
They can do that midday if they don't have time in the morning, or they can do that at night. Now, as early as 3 years old can do that on their own. But even 2-year-olds can do it. And you can do it with them or not, but it really will start to work on all areas of the body. And one more pose that's not in my ABC yoga routine, but I think it's interesting to talk about another benefit of yoga quickly, is that a lot of these poses work on your digestive system as well and your internal organs. So that's an interesting thing to know as well. So anyway, I've really enjoyed, showing you these poses.
Yes, well, thank you so much. This was such a pleasure. And I feel very, very energized already. So I encourage all parents to encourage their children to do this. It was quick, it was easy, it was perfect. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
And to learn more about the ABCs of yoga for kids, just go online to abcyogaforkids.com. Again, that's abcyogaforkids.com. And you get a 10% off the ABCs of yoga for kids when you use the keyword ABC Yoga. And still ahead on the Morning Blend, we're heading into overtime for our sports update. Stay where you are.